Welcome back to the 504 Core Podcast, episode 85. Doing a little UFC 309 recap today. What did you think of the card last night?
It was pretty good. The main card was I thought was a good show. The only thing I've been able to think of these past few weeks is this card and all the shit that John has been saying and the mental gymnastics that I've been forced to endure and what he deserves and who deserves what shot. But I mean, it pretty much went how I thought it was going to go for the main event.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The undercard had a couple nice finishes.
I mean, two knockouts back to back or whatever. Like, I think those those new gloves really were affecting the outcome of some of the fights, as some people were saying.
Do you think so? I didn't.
There was this one guy, I can't remember his name, but he was saying that, like according to his research, and it looked to line up at least. I mean, there's not a huge sample selection, in terms of research and how many fights were done with these gloves. But it did seem a lot more decisions were being put out with these gloves, with the new gloves. So,
why'd they change it? Just New York?
I don't. There is those tinfoil hat people, and I kind of I wouldn't be surprised, but it's funny. Those gloves limited the movement. It was they were trying to prevent eye pokes, and we all know John Jones likes to fight. Hands in the face, sometimes eye poking. They get rid of the gloves that week, and they said that's a permanent change. And also 12-6 elbows happen to be legalized that week. So everything lined up pretty good for John, all things considered. But I think they just got rid of them because, one of them could have been just a lack of finishes. That's going to drive numbers down at the end of the day if you're just busting out decisions.
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't really tell. I don't know why they'd go back to it, but I'm assuming they're going to move forward with the newer gloves. But yeah, New York seems to always do like their own little thing. I know even like when Max Holloway was cutting weight, they seem like they're stringent and they're kind of old school with the way they do things. And it's always a little bit different in some kind of shape or form. So I'm not really surprised to hear that. But yeah, undercard wasn't bad.
That Elliott fight was good. That Walsh guy.
Yeah. No, it was I thought it was pretty good. I think it lived up to the hype a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
Mickey Gall is the worst fighter ever to grace the octagon.
CM Punk versus Mickey Gall. Yeah, Mickey Gall's 500. You rarely see men fighters that are 500 these days. Like you gotta be. Yeah. So
he was favored too, slight, but still,
Yeah, I would. He might be cut. Dana really doesn't put up with that kind of stuff. So, yeah, you could see him fighting in the PFL or somewhere else after this. But yeah, unfortunate RIP Mickey Gall, I guess. What's that?
Send Bo Nickal with him.
Bo Nickal. Yeah, I didn't even watch that. My Stream East was cutting in and out. I was getting mad.
We'll get there in a while. I actually decided to buy it, and I'm kind of glad, I guess, because everybody's streams are messing up. But I just want to put it out there, and I know I put it on my Instagram. You selected Michael Chandler, and you selected not just Michael Chandler, but you also selected Jackson. So you can go fuck yourself on that. I picked Jim Miller, and I will die on Charles do Bronx Hill any day of the week.
Yeah, you're the smartest man alive. We all know it. Yeah, you said those picks, and I was like, I'm just gonna change a couple of these. I changed the
wrong ones. Well, here's the thing: if you would have gave me the Miller fade, I'd been like, okay, I get that. But when I thought
Miller's 155 years old,
I agree.
I saw Tyson. I'm like, okay, Tyson, he looks old. Like maybe just older guys, But Miller still got it, man. So I just figured go with the other guy, and they fucked me. So.
Yeah, whenever you whenever you like faded Miller, I was like, whatever. But when I saw Charles, I was like personally offended. I was like, I can't believe this.
Did you watch the embeddeds? Did you watch the embeddeds at all?
Nah, I watched what you see like the spurts on Instagram and everything whenever they're I only saw that.
I watched Chandler, and Chandler looked like shredded. He looked like he looked smaller, which I was like, oh, he must be in like really, really good shape. And I was like, 2-year layoff, like probably going into this thing pretty healthy.
He's always shredded though.
But yeah, no, he is. But I'm just thinking like, okay, Mike Chandler is going to be a different kind of beast. Like I can already see the headlines. Took 2 years off for McGregor. Joke's on you. He beats Charles. I remember in the first fight, obviously Charles beat him in the first fight as well. But after me and Bobby
A
were
lot of
watching.
parallels in that
Yeah.
fight, by the way. A lot of fucking
Yeah,
parallels.
Bobby and I were watching the first fight, and Chandler was fucking dominating Charles. We're like, is Chandler Bobby? Of course, Bobby's like, is Chandler the GOAT? I'm like, yeah, okay. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I don't know, Chandler might be the real deal, and then like he gets dropped and
I mean,
knocked out.
Chandler is the real deal, and like you said, I'm not. I mean, we're going a little off track, but I'm not sure what his what's his record. I know he's lost a few. He's 23-9, so he's got a lot to work with. I mean, he's an older guy, but like he said at the end of the day, are you not entertained? That dude will never be in a boring fight.
No, I agree. I mean, Chandler's him and Gaethje. I mean, you know what you're gonna get every single time. But like, I was just kind of thinking, like, what is Chandler? Like, what is he? Is he a wrestler? His
Oh yeah,
wrestling isn't good.
he's got a wrestling background.
Yeah, but he doesn't ever use it. He's like Gaethje. Is he a striker? I mean, he's got a couple knockouts, but he's not like anytime he
I mean,
really tries to strike with someone, it's
he
not.
uses wrestling to certain degrees, but like you're not gonna wrestle Charles Oliveira. Your
I don't
best case,
know. I just feel like Charles took. I mean, obviously Charles has top notch jujitsu, but like I feel like he took down Chandler with ease, and I thought like the wrestling background would kind of come more into it and be more of a striking match.
I heard Oliveira was hurt during that fight too. I like just heard
Yeah,
that.
but I'm just like sitting here thinking like, okay, if Chandler has a wrestling background, he's not a wrestler, and then he goes against these elite strikers, and like, I guess his label now is just like an entertaining fighter. I don't really know what to make of Michael Chandler. I don't think he's championship pedigree. Like after watching last night, is he elite? Yes, but is he like the top echelons elite? I don't really
He's
know.
old.
He
He's
might
old,
be
really.
he might be kind of a gatekeeper kind of
But
guy.
yeah, no. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what that was. That fight was for title contention, but I mean, he lost, so now like the next guy up, that's gonna have to be the dude that you're gonna have to see probably.
Yeah,
And look, everyone, I know he may not be okay with that, but I'm fine with that. And look, even though he lost, he does still have that McGregor fight in the distance. If McGregor will ever come back to fight, he won't. But
yeah, Dan is like late 2025. Where the fuck did you get that statement from?
he's got a fucking serious court case he has to handle right now. And
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's on. I don't know. I've been seeing some shit about the trial. I don't know. It looks bad. It does
Yeah.
not look good.
It's definitely not positive, but he was like, "Oh yeah, Connor's come back late 2025." It's like, okay, where did you get this from? Are you just speculating? Like, are you? I don't understand. That's literally a year from now. So, I don't get it, but it's whatever. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of Chandler. I guess so. The Bronx gets Islam now. Is that the idea? I don't know what to make of 155.
Let's check the rankings. I wonder if they even updated them. But I know when Chandler's at like 7. I feel like.
Yeah,
Chandler still got Chandler at 7. Yeah, Charles at 2. He's fighting. Sorry, you can. So
Oh
Charles.
no. Armand gets the next fight.
Well, yeah, no, they're already scheduled to fight. I'm pretty sure. I'm just saying Charles gets the winner of them if he wants to wait. But I'm pretty sure when's Ramadan?
I don't fucking know.
That's something we're actually gonna have to
That's
consider.
that's number one Google question. When is Ramadan 2024? Or is it 2025?
February 25th tomorrow. So that whole month. So once I don't know when Islam's gonna fight again, but he's probably gonna fight before. If he fights before Ramadan, I don't know what they're. We gotta look at the dates again, I guess. But Ramadan, he's gonna be taken off. He's not gonna be training. That's their whole thing. I don't know what they do. I think they fast or something. But he's not gonna be training.
They don't drink water during the day. That's like the big thing.
Oh yeah. So that could be like maybe an interim slot for somebody, unless they just want to wait.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of the interim shit. I can't do it. I can't.
I just hope it. I just say let Charles wait it out for the winner of that. But I mean, it's not gonna be that long. I mean, it's just gonna be a month without training. Hopefully he fights before that long.
Yeah, I mean, we're November. Today's the 17th, around 4:00. So, it fresh out of the card. So, I mean, yeah, a month and a half into 2025, and then yeah, I mean, it's pretty typical. I mean, an active fighter.
Yeah, so Islam, his next
year.
fight hasn't even been scheduled yet. I don't even know. So he might fight after Ramadan.
Yeah, I would assume he's going to fight Armand, and then the winner of that would get Charles. I don't really see anyone else. I don't see anyone else coming in there to claim that. I mean, Gaethje, Poirier's got one fight left. Holloway, he just lost. Hooker, Chandler, no. Dariush, no.
We're talking about
Gamrot,
in title contention. Life's
Patty,
complicated.
Patty Pimblett at 14. Yeah, no, it seems like Armand, and then I guess just Oliveira, just waiting in the wings, I guess. I don't really know. And then after that, you got Dana's praying to God, someone comes flying up the ranks. So I don't really know what to make after those two fights, but there's always somebody. Yeah, I don't. That seems pretty obvious though. I mean, Dan Hooker, as crazy as that fucking sounds.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, I can't believe we're having this conversation, but here we are. He's there, the Hangman. What do you think? I mean, since we're kind of talking about lightweights and this fight in general, that round whenever Oliveira was in deep trouble and those were clear punches to the back of the head.
Well, everyone's blaming the ref. Like, what's the ref supposed to do? Just like step in and catch his fist?
He's supposed to say stop. Like those are rabid punches. The same thing he does whenever Chandler was grabbing.
How many times did he do it though? That's the real question. If he does it once, people will bitch no matter what.
What is one time? One instance where he did it a series of multiple times or over and over and over again each time he punched him? Because he hit him a few good times in the back of the head. I remember watching it and I was like, those look like they were to the back of the head. I couldn't really tell. Everyone in the house was going nuts. And then once it settled down and he recovered, I was like, dude, those were all to the back of the head. And I think somebody was like, are those legal? I was like, fuck no.
But who was the ref? Keith, I have liquor in my breath, Peterson.
Bet your sweet ass it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really see. I saw it on Twitter, but people.
I saw the replay again, and the replay looks bad. No, it's one thing. Like if it's one thing if you sneak him in, because people will sneak him in like in a series of if you got a guy flattened on their back, you'll wrap around like maybe hit them in the ear, but every now and then you raise the back of their head. And if you do that like once or something, maybe a ref will say something, or he'll just kind of let it slip. But that was like hammer fist to the back of the head.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'd really fight too.
I'd really have to look at it. I mean, not to say Chandler's a dirty fighter, but he's done some like dirty shit. Like
that's what I'm saying. I after the Poirier fight, Poirier like doesn't like him. And he says he's a dirty fighter, and I get it. I mean, I was there. It was disgusting, but after that's a little that's the second fight after Poirier. That's a bit consistent with fighting relatively.
What was he doing with Poirier? He was like grabbing his gloves and he's doing something else too.
Grabbing his gloves, blowing blood in his face and shit. Like it was but I think he fish hooked him also at one point. He should have fish hooked. Like he put his fingers in his mouth, I'm pretty sure.
When Paulo Costa does it, no one bats an eye, but when Michael Chandler does it.
That's expected. Costa,
you're expecting some nonsense. Yeah,
the secret juice affects his morality.
Sounds like a personal problem. Yeah. I don't know, man. You gotta. I don't know as a ref like what you're supposed to do. I mean, if he does it multiple times, obviously tell him to stop.
I think that instance that was a case where it was blatant. I've seen it a few times. I've never really said anything. I'm like that was behind the head, but I get. There's like an unspoken exception almost, it seems. Because like if it's once to the back of the head and it clearly wasn't intentional, it's hard to do because a fighter's trying to defend themselves or at least look like they're alive and try to slip a punch, they'll probably move and just get hit in the back of the head almost on their own fault. So, but those were hard. Those were hard in the back of the head.
No, I don't know. But
rapid punches to the back of the head though. I hear Jake Paul's next opponent's going to be Prashad Cologne. Do you know that is?
Oh, is that the guy who got mentally?
He got a bunch of rabid punches to the back of the head, and
that was a nice little sneaky tweet from Conor. That was a good one.
Shout out Conor McGregor. That was hilarious. Did you see what he said about Mike Tyson too?
No, what'd he say?
Dude, hold on.
The
He
memes are great.
said one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It was right after they showed Tyson's ass on the thing. Did you see that live, by the way?
No, I didn't watch it live.
They interviewed Tyson, and the interview he gets done, he goes, "Okay, I love you," and then he walks away, and Tyson just has his cup on and jockstrap.
Oh, I mean, I saw it over Twitter. I mean, that
I saw it
dominated
live.
Twitter for like
Oh man,
4
that's
hours.
about to get mean. But McGregor tweeted, "A solid buttocks, nipples like cigars, knockout power. Mike is truly God's creation. God bless Iron Mike. Nipples like cigars is the craziest thing I've ever heard anybody type out, or it's so insane.
No, it's what'd you think of the fight? I went as about expected.
What Tyson Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, it went as expected. Pat snapped at me. He was like, "Am I stupid for thinking Mike can win this thing?" I said, "Yeah." I mean,
Dude,
and
that
everybody's like, "But dude, I hope he." Almost like, yeah, everyone. I hope world peace happens. I hope everybody. We live in rainbow wonderland and everything's jolly pop great. But look, fucking, this is the world. That is a fucking 27-year-old versus a 58-year-old man, a very well and in shape 58-year-old man, sure, but one of his legs works. He was on a cane a year ago.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, the fight's rigged." I mean, it might, but I'm giving that
Yeah, it's rigged. He's 27 and he's 58. That's
no,
the
I
rigged.
mean like actually rigged. Like we're like Jake
No,
Paul's
I know
signs.
what you mean, but I'm
But
just
it
saying,
no,
like,
no, I know what you're saying too. But I'm just saying,
yeah.
like, when just seeing people, I don't know, just seeing stupid people like, "Oh, Jake Paul's giving a sign when he sticks his tongue out." It's like,
Oh yeah, that
shut up,
yeah,
like,
shut up.
like, come on.
It's not that deep, yeah.
No, but
I believe Mike
I
honestly tried, but I mean, he also tried as hard as a 58-year-old could. Because I was telling people, I was like, no matter, like, they're like, "Oh, but he looks good on the pads." Anybody can look good on
dude,
pads.
those are 5 to 8 second clips.
I
Like
know. And then this is
anyone
the
can
whole
look
fight.
that
And at
explosive.
the end of the day, Jake Paul will be the faster guy. Mike looked good in the first 2 rounds, but
But that was always Tyson's thing. It was like you better if you get out of there in like the first like 2 or 3 rounds, like your chances of winning go up significantly.
yeah,
Like there's
and that
literally
doesn't
all kind
age
of
well.
not to mention he's 58 years old. Yeah, no, and nipples like cigars. It's just like it's just
Hey,
like
look, I can't lie though. Conor is right. He is one of God's great creations, Mike Tyson.
no, like he's a physical freak. I mean, I remember people would say when he was 13 years old, he was beating up men. Like he was just like he's just different, just different genes. Like he just, one of the greatest of all time. But yeah, just fighting a 58-year-old man. But no, the fight before that, the Serrano fight, dude. Did you watch that at all?
Yeah, that was actually sick.
That was like
And it was
no one
raw.
talked about it, and that was like I think besides the Wei Lee fight with Joanna, I think that was probably like the best women's fight I've ever
The
seen.
fight before that too was pretty good, like in terms of boxing. That's what I was talking about. Like, I don't watch boxing, but I was comparing it at least to MMA. Whenever you get, 5 minute rounds and you got a sure win, a guy will they'll want to be cautious. And they'll just lay on a dude, for 5 minutes or whatever. Boxing, you can't really do that. You have to keep up the pace. You're standing up in front of the dude, and all you can do is punch him. So if you're like ahead, you can just sit there and hold out and do whatever. But like, dude, like as the fight progressed, it just got better and better. And it made me upset because these were two world champion fights, two championship fights, and they're on the undercard of Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Who was it?
Who gives a shit? I mean, like, it was a great fight though. But
you're upset that they're on the undercard. I was like, who is it? Who gives a shit?
I was just like, that's the state of boxing right now.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
boxing just sucks. It's a fire sale. Dana White said it best. It's literally a fire sale. It's going out of business every time there's a card. It's like we're gonna try and sell as much as possible. We don't care what it costs. Like,
yeah.
and then I mean, the UFC's not like that, but it is in certain instances. But not really. I get it, but yeah, just boxing is just I
Until
don't
the
know.
UFC doesn't turn into boxing because it only seems like slowly.
Do you think the UFC's kind of lost its luster a little bit? I think it has a little bit.
I know you've been saying that. I don't know if it's just us not aging out, but just I don't know. We're seeing a new age of fighters. It's just
Yeah,
the
but
old
not. But
unrun.
it
You
should be
guys
more
are.
exciting though. Like, and it should be the opposite effect. Like, there's still a lot of studs that hang
I don't know.
around.
I
Like,
was pretty excited last night. I mean, I was hyped for Charles's win, obviously, and even Jones. I mean, I was going for Stipe, but watching him fight, I mean, he looked great, and that finish was insane. I thought he was going to take Stipe to a decision for a second. I was like, this is going to be crazy, but
but
it would have been a bad decision.
how many fights a month, like including like fight nights and UFC pay-per-views, do you
I
look
think
forward to
fight nights are
combined?
losing their luster. But
Fight
there
nights,
are some
yeah.
new guys up and coming that like the fighting nerds, that dude like Prates and that dude Ramos, like those are some or Ruffy. I mean,
But like combined between pay-per-views and fight nights, like a month. Obviously, there's one pay-per-view a month, basically. So like even on like
dude, Jan versus Figueiredo is gonna
five.
be sick.
Okay, great. I agree 100%. You got to wake up at fucking 5 a.m. because it's in
Oh, that's
China to
true.
watch that. Bro, what? No, I'm
Well,
not doing that shit.
they're fucking doing that to compete with the PFL. I mean, not the PFL,
They,
the One FC.
I guess. I feel like they don't think of ONE FC, honestly. I don't think that's
If
even
they're
crossed their
catering to the
mind.
Chinese crowd that much, then I guarantee PFL or fuck, I guarantee One FC has an event that weekend, and they're trying to take eyes. They're trying to take eyes off of it.
But
And
I mean, I agree like to that. But like it didn't they have what card was it? The England card when they had it at like 3 a.m. just so people here could watch it at 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. whatever
because
time.
they know they don't need to cater to the London to the English crowd. Every time
But
they go,
why
they'll
would
be
they
like,
do
"Oh,
that? Why would they do that and then have a 5 a.m. card for or 5 a.m.
hey,
main
I
fight?
agree with you," but also like they don't give a shit.
But the problem is like UFC got bought out. It was bought out by Endeavor, and then or at least they joined Denver because it's public. But they got like they're part of an entertainment group now, so they're obviously now they gotta be subject to shareholders. But yeah, dude, I think it's just like I think it's losing the luster. But like, okay, pay per views and fight nights. How many fights do you look forward to combined a month on average? Mine's like 5, and there's probably 50 of them a month. If you honestly think about it,
I
or
mean,
maybe
I
not
don't know.
50, maybe
They don't
40.
have a whole lot announced like ahead of time.
But yeah, no, I just think like the fight nights used to be like they used to put like 2 elite guys, and it would be the fights would be like
I know that Yam one and Figgy's gonna be a fucked up one, but I mean, dude, Covington versus Buckley is like the next one coming up after 310 with Pantoja versus the new guy.
Buckley, Covington. I feel like Covington's done a lot of fight nights, like starred on a lot of fight nights. I feel like he either stars on a fight. I've never seen Covington. Has Covington ever been on a pay per view card, like main card, other than a title fight, obviously?
No, I feel like he's kind of like I guess the main
He's like a
event fighter usually, unless he's like
he's like a fight night star. Like he's always the main attraction on fight night. I remember when he fought Lawler, fighting Buckley. There were a couple other ones that weren't title fights, but he's always like a fight night star. But he's never on like the main card. I feel like, unless it's for a title fight. But yeah, I just think it's lost its luster a little bit. They kind of, I wouldn't say like doing like boxing wise where they're stacking cards a little too much, but they are in a way. I don't know. Yeah, maybe
I don't
they
know, I
just
think it's
need
been
some
pretty
younger
good.
guys to kind of take over like superstardom. I think Taporia is one of them.
I think
Um,
that's what you're thinking. That's what I was kind of like trying to allude to earlier is that we're aging out of it, but like the superstars we like are kind of gone, and we have to relearn. And some of these new guys that are up and coming, like I mean, Patty maybe, but he's not going to reach championship status.
Patty's like he's not washed, but he's a washed like thought of a superstar. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like
And
like
Bo Nickel, I mean, everybody was talking about him. I kind of want to fucking touch on that. Like I mean, that was bullshit. He was a fucking minus what 1350 against Paul
was he
Craig.
that big? He should not be.
Yeah,
He should not have been that
and he
big.
gave him and like I mean, it was the first round. They were like it was 15 significant strikes, 15 significant strikes apiece. It was an even first round. They gave him a decision. He said he was happy with that performance. I think the crowd was cheering overrated. Fucking good. Yeah. Craig was a plus 700. He was a minus
Was it
1300.
really that bad? I didn't watch
Zero
it.
takedowns. Yeah, they were just. I mean, it was
Oh, he didn't
like I
take him
mean they were.
down.
No, they didn't wrestle at all. I think he may have either feared Craig's ground game a little bit, or he wanted to try to get the knockout, and he just couldn't get it. And yeah, it was bullshit. It wasn't enough. I mean, they didn't beat the hell out of each other like I wanted to. I guess that's selfish of me to say, but hey, like I said, I'm a greedy fan, and
Just believe, baby.
if this is the guy that's supposed to beat Hamzat, and that's what he's doing with Paul Craig. He's not. Hamzat would murder Paul Craig. Bo Nickel needs to shut the fuck up. Like shit. Like that's my thing. It's like after a performance like that, I don't want to hear a fucking another word about Bo Nickel until he rapes somebody in the middle of the octagon. I'm tired of hearing that. Minus 1,300. That's the problem. Like with that performance was like that was an even odds. I think by the end of it, like I think by the second round, they were at he was minus 300.
He's a middleweight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Craig's no joke. He obviously, you saw what he did to
he is no joke, but
Paul Hill, but
yeah, I know, but he's done the same thing to a lot of people. I'm not saying he gets lucky. But that's how dangerous he is on his back. But every single situation he was in where he got those wins, I've seen him twice get pretty much knocked out and then get the triangle or do what he did to Jamal Hill. And then you can't do that forever. Eventually you get hit hard enough, and that's exactly what happened. He started getting knocked the fuck out, and then he moved down to welterweight. I don't think he's done it. Or no, my bad. He moved down to middleweight.
So who do you give? So you're Dana White and you're Hunter Campbell, and they're asking you who would you make for Bo Nickel next? What do you make?
Let's go look at the rankings. I mean, if they're gonna look, they're probably fine with his performance. If they still want to prop him up,
dude, Dana thinks like a fan. I think that's what makes him so special. Is
like if he still loves Bo Nickel, I think Shara already has a date, but that would be nice.
That's a bad matchup for Shara. Like that, I think they're gonna try and prop up Shara. He's
gonna fight him in Saudi Arabia. He's not gonna fight him in America. He's gonna be on his home turf.
But I think the UFC. I think Hermanson is Hermanson can grapple.
Well, think of an unranked middleweight. I'm just thinking
you got to give him a ranked guy. I mean, if it
Well, then I'm
Vittori.
Number 14 is Shard. Number 15 is Michelle, which that's crazy. That he's ranked, honestly.
Who, Pereira?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who did he fought recently? Who did he fight? Who did he fight? Oh, he lost.
Anthony Hernandez. Yeah. Hernandez crept up in the rankings ahead of him. You could give him Anthony Hernandez.
He might jump Pereira then. Yeah, you could see Bo Nickel at 15. Or they release this.
Or if you just want to sell something, even though I think I already said, who did I want Paulo Costa to fight?
Costa. I thought Costa's fighting someone now.
I don't think so. No, all I saw was his Instagram.
Costa and Whitaker never fought, have they? I thought, weren't they scheduled? They never did. Oh no, they did. Bobby Knuckles won. That's right. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, it's coming back to me.
God, Hamzat's ranked 3 now. Yeah, apparently, and also we're a little all over the place, but I did hear that I think in the post-fight, one of the press conferences, Dana said that it sounds like they're leaning more towards Strickland, not Strickland. They're leaning more towards Hamzat versus Dragus, and looking away from Strickland.
So
Strickland's just going to be mad, probably. I mean,
just give him Strickland. It's so cut and dry.
They can. But everybody wants Hamzat now, and Hamzat did have the better performance against the better opponent, probably. Well, not probably, for sure.
Yeah, I'd give him Strickland, but that's me.
I would too. I mean, because just to get him to shut up, let Hamzat take like a little while off, like a little longer. Maybe not, because then you got to wait for Dragus to recover. But I mean, Hamzat, he's not fighting that often. He's fighting once a year.
It's crazy because he's fighting like every 2 weeks when he's first coming up. Now he never fights. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's I would give him Strickland and then let Hamzat face the winner, and then let Bo Nickel fight Hermanson, or I wouldn't give him Shara. Shara's a terrible matchup for for him. Or I think Bo Nickal runs through Shara, honestly.
Dude, honestly, after that, I mean, if he gets Char on the ground, sure.
I think no, he will get Shara on the ground. That's the thing. Shara is a striker, and strikers versus wrestlers. I would say 80-something% of the time it goes to the wrestlers. So I think they're going to try and slowly bring up Shara. That's my opinion. That
They can't bring him up that much. He can't fight in America.
Shara versus Pereira would be a fun fight.
Unless America changes their athletic commission and let the one-eyed bandit fight.
Start letting terrorists fight.
Is he a terrorist?
I don't know. He played one in a movie, and it could not have looked any better.
I bet that was sick.
Yeah, or a bad guy rather. But yeah, I don't know. We always end up talking about middleweights on this pod every single episode. But yeah, no, Bo Nickal. I'm assuming he's going to get a ranked guy. My guess is going to be Hermanson. I think that makes the most sense. Anthony Hernandez would be also kind of interesting, but you can't shoot him up too fast.
Who, Nickal?
Yeah, Nickal's going to fight if it were up to me, it'd be Hermanson, Hernandez, or Pereira.
I wouldn't shoot him up too fast, but I mean, I don't know. Last night, it wasn't. I mean, it's just the way he was favored. It was not the victory. I don't think anybody expected against a Paul Craig. And Paul Craig, but I mean, it's just if he's supposed to be this good.
No, it's just typical, like people hyping prospects up. A little too much.
Are you looking at the numbers on the fight, like the strike numbers?
No, I didn't.
Bo Nickal had 54 significant strikes. Paul Craig had 47.
That's pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that guy's gonna beat Hamzat. Shut the fuck up. Get back to the lab.
Back to the lab. Yeah, no, but that's just like typical like MMA fans or whoever just beefing guys up.
I saw a lot of feedback on Instagram saying fraud check about Bo Nickal.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But all right, let's move on. Bo Nickal. You want to go to the John Jones fight?
Yeah.
I didn't. Full disclosure, I didn't watch it. I did see the knockout, obviously the kick. I heard he took the Stipe down the first round or second round. I don't know.
Yeah, Stipe. People were saying like, yeah, Stipe didn't belong in there. This, blah, blah, blah. Maybe not. He was old, but Stipe didn't look. He didn't look that terrible, but he didn't look good. That first takedown that Jones had, it was like a sweep, and he like almost pushed him down like by the face, and he just flipped him right on his back immediately, and then that was it. He was raining some elbows. I think he cut him. It was at the very end of the first round. He cut him a little bit on the cheek from an elbow. I think he threw in some 12-6. He finally got to throw some of those in, but it was mostly Charles actually utilized the 12-6 elbows pretty well. But second round, oh God, I was drunk at this point. But they were it was more of the feet, but I mean, Stipe looked like he had some of his small moments, but it was all John Jones. It was his typical fashion. He wasn't getting touched a whole lot. And that spinning back kick, he'd been working on that for a while, he said. And he got him in the third round. And once I think he cracked his ribs. And
was it a kidney shot? Was it a kidney shot or like a ribs thing?
It was like in the ribs. It was where the liver would be if it were on the other
side. Is it liver? Yeah, liver shot. I mean, that's the one. Like,
no, the liver was on the other side, and it was funny. You say that because Jones is like, yeah, Stipe is a tough guy. I mean, like I've never fought anybody like that tough who just stands there and like takes it. And he's taking hits from guys way bigger than me. But that kick will take down anybody. The liver's the liver. And Rogan goes, "But yeah, no, actually the liver's on the other side." But anyway,
Rogan, yeah,
Rogan, yeah, he's like, actually the liver's on the other side. He probably, but like the sound it made, it could just be this, but it was all heel right on the ribs, and he may have cracked some shit.
Yeah. What do you think of the whole like he's ducking Aspinall shit? People are saying
he's ducking Aspinall.
Dude, no, come on.
All right, go ahead.
I mean, go ahead. He's ran through every single person he's ever fought. He thinks this guy who's a striker, he can't take him down and do what he just did to Stipe.
So should Jones hold on to the belt?
Oh, okay. Well, let's discuss this.
That's my fucking point. That's my whole point. If he's
No,
gonna
but
hold
Jones
on
is
to the
talking
belt and say
about
all this shit,
Okay, Jones has how many fights left in his career? Well, I get okay. What he
he
makes
could
in
have
the
had
league?
one. He could
One.
retire whenever he wants, Mike.
I agree, but he's making it seem like there's one. Would you rather see him fight Poton, or would you rather see him fight Aspinall?
If he's fighting Poatan, vacate the belt.
What if Poton's like, oh, I want to come up and be a heavyweight champ? I'll
Then
be a
he's gonna have to fight Aspinall for another interim fight, and then that winner takes on Jones. Do you understand that? Like, this is my fucking point. If Jones wants to do all that, he has to vacate the belt and they can fight for a fucking BMF title or some shit and just have a legacy fight. That's what he wants to do. But at the end of the day, Tom Aspinall, like he's saying, Tom can't fight him because he hasn't beaten enough champions. Jones is the champion in his weight class. He has to. If you're not gonna fight him, then how is he gonna fucking beat any champions?
Jones is selling the fight by making it seem like he's
Then
afraid of
great. If
him.
he's selling the fight, then great. Then this is getting me interested and I want to watch it.
But
But
like
people,
though, like if you like break it down and think about it, like, do you think he's actually scared of Aspinall? I don't think he's scared of him at all.
well, he's literally saying, why would he risk fighting him? That doesn't sound like you're fucking. That doesn't sound like confidence to me.
Dude, I
I'm
just
just
think
saying.
John Jones is the
Look.
GOAT.
Here's the thing. I understand his point, but the problem. I've been using this analogy. Like whenever I heard his explanation of it, some people are on Jones's side about this. Like Kevin Holland, like was talking about it, but he sits there and he explains his point, and I understand him. But if I sat in a room alone with like fucking the worst part, like of Jeffrey Dahmer, and he explains his point and why he likes to kill and eat people, I'd probably be like, okay, maybe I get this guy. But at the end of the day, you don't kill and eat people. And at the end of the day, you need to fight Tom Aspinall. Why are we defending interim belts? He should vacate them. And I know the whole reason he has it is because he has John Jones privilege, and for good reason. He deserves that. But when you're hogging the belt like this and like talking about all this shit, and Dana already said it, like he said it, the winner of that is fighting Tom Aspinall, or that's it. If he wants to do all that other shit, he has to vacate the belt.
And even further in the day, it's a business. And what fight sells more pay-per-views? Poton or John Jones? I think it's pretty obvious, but that's
No, Poton or Tom Aspinall, dude. I don't know. It's pretty split. A lot of people, from
dude,
what
I
I've
think
been,
Pereira is the top 3 star in the UFC right
he
now. I
is, but a
mean,
lot of
I'm
people
excluding
like
McGregor. I can't even say his name. He's top 3 right now. Like he's I hear people all the time like talk about UFC like they barely know shit, and they're like, "Oh, I really like that Pereira guy."
yeah.
It's
But
like,
here, I agree. But who's
but then
like
you
that?
line that up with John Jones. It's like, oh, that
Dude,
is
Dana
like
already also said he's not making the fight.
Dana says this shit all the time.
Dude, I know.
Dana said
He
Conor
said,
and Floyd wasn't going to happen. He said this, that, fine, whatever. But then Dana's like, oh, they're John Jones is much bigger than Poton. They're the same height, and Poton weighs what, like 10 pounds less than him. Like, give me a break. No, I don't think John Jones
Poatan
is.
gets ragdolled in the first round.
I 100%
Poatan gets
agree.
They're not gonna make, dude. If you saw what he did to Stipe, you're gonna sit there and tell me he's not, dude. He's gonna kill him in the first. There's no reason to make the fight. He's way bigger. The only like Poatan isn't a challenge to
Bigger
John
in
Jones.
what way? Bigger in what way?
What do you bigger in what way? John Jones is bigger. He's
Like 10
stronger.
pounds heavier.
Dude. John Jones weighed in at what, 237? He
Oh,
fluctuates in weight.
7 pounds heavier.
Dude, I'm telling you, I can't believe we're even having this conversation. I can't believe this. You are schizophrenic, dude. You need to go to a home. This is crazy. To the fact that he defended an interim belt. You don't defend an interim belt. You talk about how much you hate fucking interim belts. There's going to be an interim belt with John Jones keeps doing this fucking bullshit. This is crazy. Just fight the next guy up or get the fuck out of here. I know you're John Jones.
The point
go ahead and fight Poatan, but you're vacating the belt. That's
the
what,
point.
and he said he's willing to do that. So great.
Okay, I agree with that. I agree with you saying on that. But the point I'm making is that John Jones isn't actually scared of Aspinall, and that's the point that people are making. John Jones he's making it seem like this is his last fight. Now he's really making it seem like there's one more fight. And what makes more sense at the end of the day for business than John Jones fight Poatan? Whether it's
I'll tell you what makes more sense. He beats both guys. Fight both of them. If that's the case, I mean, come on.
I mean,
Fight both of them,
it's up to
Michael.
at the end of the
Why
day,
not?
it's at the end of the day, it's a business and it's up to John Jones on what he wants to do. He's got nothing to prove. He's literally the GOAT. So,
I agree, but
there's
I mean, if
always
he's
gonna
gonna
be the
sit there
next
and hold the
guy.
belt, he has to fight Tom Aspinall. That's the point. If
No,
he's
I
got
you
that
know,
fucking heavyweight strap, he has to fight the interim champion who's defended the interim belt.
yeah. I just think the UFC's a fucker. Like they're doing with Strickland, like Dana White saying it's just at the end of the day, it's a
Yeah,
business.
but
They
there's
don't give
not
a
another.
fuck.
But the thing is that what they did with Strickland is that was the plan until they saw Hamzat. They saw what Jones.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, they've already seen
Until
what
that.
Jones did. They've already seen what he did. There is no other fight that they're going to have for him to further prove himself. If anything, that further proved. Dana White said, "I don't want to make that fight with Pereira after seeing that performance because I like Alex." What do y'all think would happen? Do you think it would be a competitive fight? Honestly.
I agree with you. I'm saying it should be Aspinall, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, it's a business, and the UFC's fuckers with all this. I mean, they're
I
going to
don't
do with
think they're going to
Strickland.
do
They're
it.
going to do it. They're
They're
going to
going
do
to
it
give
with
it
all
back.
kind of people. Dana White can say whatever he wants. I'm not saying he's full of shit, but like he's said a bunch of times a lot of things, and it never
Why
came
are
to
you saying he's
fruition.
full of shit? He is usually.
I think he holds true to a lot of what he says, but there's a lot of like there's some stuff where he says some things, and it's like, oh, okay, and it doesn't come into fruition. So.
I don't know.
Um,
I also saw something. Tom Aspinall was talking with Hunter Shelby and Dana White till 3:43 in the morning, and he
about
came out
what?
with a big smile on his face.
Yeah, well, they probably the big smile probably comes from you're getting a title fight no matter what, and then I don't know. I just think don't be surprised by anything. But like the original question is like, do I think John Jones is actually scared of Aspinall? No, I don't. I just think he's just saying all this stuff to build up whatever to give himself options. I think that's what it is. So, um, you know, well, what would be more
I
impressive?
don't
What
think
would be
he's
a more
scared.
impressive? What would be a
Here's
more
the
impressive win, Aspinall or Pereira?
Aspinall.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Because what would Aspinall do to Pereira? I love Alex Pereira. Let's be
Who has a
fucking
better
honest.
resume right now though?
Alex has the more impressive one because, dude, he's the champion and
That's
he's
the
willing to
point.
fight everybody. When you're the interim champion, there's one person you want to fight. You don't want to defend your fucking interim belt.
Yeah, but but the point I'm making is like, what is everyone talking about? They're talking about Pereira as possibly being like a GOAT or like a top 3 fighter of all time. And if you put that on John Jones' resume, I just think like that has more weight than Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall's the new like cool kid on the block. Like
Dude, I think
he's
if
a
you
new
know
hot thing.
anything, though, you know who the harder fight is.
But think about like people who actually know shit. Like people want to tune into the money fights, these mega fights. People think it like in that way. Like people who actually know the UFC knows Khabib records inflated, but when you talk to a fucking Khabib fan or any of these fucking idiots, they're like, "Oh, Khabib 28-0 or 29-0." It's like, yeah, dude, he's fighting fucking middle schoolers like his first 15 fights of his career. Like people I think only a certain percentage have the knowledge of what the reality of the situation is for many of these guys, and I just think like I said, at the end of the day, the UFC is a business, and if they can prop up Pereira, and if they can make John Jones beat a air quotes goat, then I think it's more impressive. But just don't be
Yeah.
surprised by anything. But yeah, I agree with you. Aspinall should definitely 100% get the next shot, but
Well, I think he's
we'll
going to
see.
get it. I think, like, I understand kind of where you're coming from, but like, Pieda's very good, but I mean, not that he still has to be further tested, but I mean, like, a guy like Aspinall and Jones, not only are they bigger, but their wrestling backgrounds.
Wrestling. I
I
thought
know,
Aspinall's a striker. I don't. He's
I
a
know, but
wrestler.
Aspinall can fucking wrestle, dude. He can wrestle very well.
Can't who's he wrestled? I don't know.
And he said what his game plan would be if he ever fought Alex Pieta. It's like, I'm not standing up with him. He said I would fucking spear him as soon as the fucking bell rang. I would full on sprint out and spear him and take him to the ground and
See that is a technical error by Jones, because now like you said, they showed that you got to see it with Stipe. Stipe is well regarded as a wrestler. He's not an elite or anything, but he has definitely pedigree there, and he says
Dude,
that now people
look up
just have
that
a clear.
takedown. Look up how Jones took down Stipe, and just sit and then really think to yourself how a fight between him and Alex Pieta would go. and I love Alex Pieta, but Jesus Christ, that did not
Has
did
the
not look favorable
is
for him.
Gone fight Aspinall yet?
I don't know what the fuck. I was kind of thinking of Gone last night because I was like, what's he been doing? He's been off for a while, and I heard and Aspinall actually brought him up whenever he was talking about Jones. He's like Jones beat Gone, and Gone wasn't even at that fight. Like Gone didn't even want to be there. I was like, huh. Oh, he's fighting Volkov December 7th. So Gone's coming up. He's gonna be.
Oh, I guess Gone would be even waiting in the wings after that fight.
Yeah, I forgot he beat fucking Spivak.
The GOAT. That's the true GOAT. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not surprised by anything at this point with the UFC. Like, I'm just trying to think as a businessman, and like that sells more tickets or more pay-per-views and tickets, in my opinion. But yeah, and then I think in John Jones' mind, it's more impressive of a win. So, I mean, they're already talking about Pereira as being the 205 GOAT. Like, I mean, people
John Jones is a win is going to be more impressive for like anybody, but I don't know. I think if Jones, it wouldn't cement his legacy. All Jones has to do is retire. But if he wants to keep fighting, I mean, I know you agree, but like that's just what's going to happen.
Oh,
And
I get so annoyed seeing people be like, "Oh, he's not the GOAT until he fights this guy." Like, when is
no,
it
that's
enough?
not true.
When is it enough? Like, it's
If
never enough.
anything, last night truly put the 18th nail in the coffin. Because I mean, and DC said it, no, like, and he said he's calling it, and I can almost, I don't think a lot of people it's gonna be a long time until somebody defends their title that many times in a row.
For 205 or just in general?
In
Yeah.
general, like just that. What was it, 15 or something? Like that's insane.
I
And
wish
like
it
we were
expunged
talking
that.
about Izzy being the GOAT, and like Izzy ran through the middleweight division, yeah, but like what was his consecutive title? Like I think 5 times.
I thought it was a little more than that, but it could be.
5 times. Izzy defended 5 times. Nunes did 6. John Jones did like 14. Like that's fucking wild.
Remember Izzy versus John Jones rumors? Remember that?
What a world.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's craziness. I also remember another fun one was Usman versus who's the Polak guy? 205er. Blachowicz. That was fun.
Yeah,
He's got to jump
yeah.
2 weight classes. That was a good one. Yeah, it's
because he didn't want to fight Izzy.
Yeah,
He's like, no, I'm not gonna fight Izzy. That's my bro, but I would go up and fight Jan.
like, give me a break.
Bro.
Yeah, and then you had what was another one? I mean, there was never really rumors of it because the same boat, but like I really like one of my dream fights. I'm not the biggest Khabib fan, but I would have loved to see Prime Usman and Prime Khabib. I think that would have been like an amazing fight.
Nice.
Yeah, that would have been really fun to watch. He's like Prime Usman.
Demetrius Johnson was a heavyweight.
Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah,
just inflate him. he had 65 pounds. And I don't think he'd even cut that. What is he, 130 pounds? Or that's what he weighs in at. But yeah, he's still
125.
Yeah, he puts on 80 pounds and, but yeah, no, I don't know, man.
Dude, I miss Robles Despot. I can't say his name, but I miss that Cuban Taekwondo fighter already. The big heavyweight dude who got
just good, but way too inflated, way overhyped. Classic.
Yeah, and he's also 83.
Oh yeah, he did come in pretty. He's like 40 when he came in.
Yeah, I think he's like 37 or something.
But
so pretty much.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Anything else we didn't touch on?
I guess we talked about a little about Jan versus Figgy. What do you think this dude fighting Pantoja Asakura, this debut?
Well, this guy's coming from a different organization, right?
Yeah, I think it's.
I saw it yesterday, but I don't know.
I can't remember where he's coming from.
I'm a Pantoja guy, but if I had to bet it, I'd bet this guy because this guy could be really good or he could just suck. But plus 200. I did the flyweight division. Holy shit, that is.
It's gonna be a banger fight. He fought Ryzen. I think the Japanese MMA. Oh no, they're just talking about him. I don't know what the fuck. Oh, Ryzen. He's a Ryzen band. He was a bantamweight champion.
Dude, there's really no worthy people in the flyweight. I mean,
Yeah, I
Moreno.
know.
But
It kind of
how
shows
many
you
times
the
are you going to give
state.
Moreno a fucking title shot?
That's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying. It kind of shows you the state of flyweight. Dude just came in for his debut and I mean, who was that dude who just fought? I think he just fought Miocic. I think we were talking about it. It was his. It was his
Stipe?
debut, and he was a double champ, and I think won. And he fought in an undercard in the fight night.
Hmm. Yeah, flyweights aren't the best. Bantam. Who's the deepest division right now? Feather. You might say featherweight, honestly. I mean, Aljamain Sterling dropped all the way to 9. Oh wait. No. Sterling was the bantamweight champ, right? And then he went up a weight class.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking to see who's probably the deepest division right now. You could make a case for featherweight, bantamweight. Lightweight's always a classic. I mean, that's always kind of a
Yeah, I
different.
mean, like the names in lightweight are still, and I mean, shit, we always end up talking about middleweight. That's not too bad,
But
but
middleweight's kind of
lightweight,
top heavy. Like there's really only
yeah,
like, I mean, Whitaker isn't there anymore. I mean he's there, but he's not. He's never going to be in title contention again.
he'll be a good
Hamzat.
gatekeeper, I guess. Fear the
I mean,
fucking raper. Did you see that?
what?
That they did a merch drop for Robert Whitaker, and there's a shirt that says "Fear the fucking Reaper" or some shit, and like they got a picture of the back, and the shirt like folds over and it hides the E in Reaper.
Oh my
It was
god.
fear the fucking. I think they released that photo like just on their website.
Yeah, I don't know. Heavyweight? No.
Yeah,
Women's flyweight? Um, light light heavyweight? No. Middleweight? Maybe. Welterweight? Anytime I see Bilal, I just can't do it.
big pretty face.
Lightweight, middleweight, bantamweight, featherweight, my opinion. And
Yeah, I
then
mean, light heavyweight ain't bad, but that's just Alex Pieda's domain, his jungle. And he is the lion.
you got to look at like who would be worthy of a title shot or who's one fight away from a title shot. And I see 4 or 5 guys in middleweight. I see welterweight. There's, I guess, Shav. The Shavkat versus Gary fight. Whoever wins that, I guess, is getting a
What
title fight.
Shavkat said about that?
Huh?
You heard what Shavkat said about that?
What do you say?
When we look at the welterweight division, I'm pretty sure Colby got the call. I think
Colby?
I think he got the call. Leon, I think, got the call, and I think Kamaru
To fight him, like
to fight him,
Shavkat?
and they all
Okay.
said no, and Ian Gary said yeah. So all the shit people talk about Ian Gary, including myself. Shout out Ian Gary, big man.
How do you see that going?
Shavkat by murder.
Who Shavkat fought? That's what I need to see.
He killed was it
Thompson? He submitted Thompson? Holy shit.
Yeah, I think he choked him out on the feet for that one. He's got some nice
Dude, he does have some nice submissions. He submitted some people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of his last 5 out of his last 6, he submitted people. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
He's got like what he's
I thought he's more of a striker though, no?
He is. I mean, I think most of these I'm pretty sure Thompson's submission was set up by strikes. Like he just finishes people. he don't he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
He's a combo guy, apparently.
Yeah, I I think he could beat Gary. Gary wasn't that impressive. Who did he fight last? Magny? It wasn't that great.
It wasn't that great. But I'm only saying that because I think Shavkat's going to be the guy to take over the division.
See, that's exciting. As a UFC fan, that is exciting.
Mm-hmm. And I love make glorious nation of beautiful Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan?
Yeah. Where Borat's from. He's putting it on the map for good reason.
My name is Shavkat. All right. Fight night. There's really only this upcoming one at 5 a.m.
I'll be up for it.
No, you won't. You're going to wake up for that shit?
No.
I don't care enough for it.
I mean, shit, depending on how the night goes, I may be up.
Oh, wow. Let's see. Main card starts at 5 a.m. So it might be what? I
really want to see that Mongolian dude fight.
It might be like 6:30 when it.
You hear me?
What?
I really want to watch that Mongolian dude fight that we were talking about. Yeah.
Who's the Mongolian dude?
Nyamjargal, Tumendemberel, that guy.
You told me his name and I still don't know.
I can't say. I mean, it's a lot
of. Yeah. I know.
He's 8-0.
Do they have odds on this?
No.
This is fucking only fight they don't have fucking odds on.
I know, that's fucking
Vegas is just too confused to list this fight. Yeah.
Actually.
His name is literally the alphabet.
I say put the fucking house on him if you haven't.
Create Vegas won't touch it, but create your own odds.
Yeah.
Petr Yan versus Figueiredo. How do you see that going? Why is he such a big favorite?
Who is
Yan? No, Jan's minus 275. That's kind of crazy. Figueiredo's, I'm not gonna say a GOAT, but he's one of the better.
They were talking about him being the flyweight GOAT.
Yeah, I mean he's up there. Like he
won his last Song Yadong decision. I'm surprised they're actually making Figgy that much of a dog.
It's the same odds as Bronx and Chandler. Do you think Figueiredo is equivalent to Michael Chandler and Petr Yan's equivalent to Charles de Bronx in this fight? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. No.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, value wise, I'd go Figueiredo, but Jan's kind of a wild card. Like,
yeah, as of late, especially. I mean, if you look at his record, it doesn't look good. And if you look at fucking Figgy's, he looks fucking good. I mean, his last loss was against Marino.
Yeah, man. I might have to put some money on that.
I know. I think I like Figgy for that fight, honestly. I want to say Jan, but shit.
I'm gonna bet Figueiredo money line, and I'm gonna bet Petr Yan by decision to hedge it a little bit. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna bet Petr Yan to win, and I'm gonna bet Biggie to win also.
Yeah, exactly. No, but like you get those decisions, like fighters by decision, like those odds are pretty juiced. I mean, that might be plus money at that point. Wait, let me see if FanDuel has it. But yeah, no, you could get probably plus money, and I don't see him knocking him out. Let's see, Jan, maybe. I could be fucking wrong. I don't know. Mixed martial arts. Ricci fight this weekend as well. She's got a nice backside. I mean, what else? What else is there to say about her, honestly? Petr.
Who did she fight last?
Why is this not popping up? Who?
Ricci. She fought Angela No-Kill Hill.
Oh, Vegas has that guy with the crazy name, plus 130. Slight underdog. So bet the house on that.
Well, in that case, bet your house and your neighbors on it.
Yeah, take out a loan. Yeah, I don't see Jan Figueiredo, but Vegas or ESPN bet has minus 275 Jan. I want to see that by decision.
Yeah, I got. I think I'm gonna go with Biggie on that. Sorry, Jan, but maybe Jan's back on his tear.
Hmm.
What
Oh
about
wait,
Jan?
Ricci's fighting this the chick that just fought. Who she
Yeah,
just fought?
Jan Xiaonan or
She wasn't bad. She just fought Wei Lee.
yeah,
I kind
no,
of I kind of
honestly,
like this chick. Hmm. Am I waking up at 3:30 in the morning? This card's a sleeper. I mean, not really, but kinda. There's like 3 fights I really want to watch.
who's the Mirrors fighting? Him and Alberg. That's a good one.
Hmm. Yeah, not terrible. And then I guess they throw in UFC 310 in our face pretty quick after that. So
Yeah,
Kron Grace versus Bryce Mitchell. What? That's a wild fight. Kron Grace looked like shit in his last fight, didn't he? Wasn't he
I'm surprised
terrible?
he's still even. Am I getting the right Gracie?
Yeah.
Is like, am
Am I?
I thinking of the right one?
I think
Because I know
so.
they got a lot.
It's the guy who like doesn't even comb his hair. He like rolls out of bed and just like, oh, I guess we're fighting today.
Yeah, his last fight against Jourdain was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my fucking
Yeah.
life.
Why is he fighting? Why does he get Bryce Mitchell? Because Bryce Mitchell's like it just. I mean, he got
I have
knocked
no
out pretty
fucking
brutally,
clue. That's
but
crazy. Probably because probably because Mitchell's also a jiu-jitsu guy. They should have cut his ass.
who Gracie?
Yeah. After that shit, oh my god, dude, I wanted to fucking throw up.
I think Gracie's will always draw a name. Nick Diaz fell out. What are your thoughts? Shocker? Question mark.
Did you see a video of him trying to light a fire on the street?
I don't. Is that actually him? I don't think that
That's
was
what I
a.
was gonna ask you. I don't know. I mean,
I don't think so. I think that was like a trolling job. I mean that is just
it looked like
stupid.
him and sounded like him,
It
but
looked like him, but was it him?
I'm not shocked. I don't know what needs to. I mean, the UFC should they fucked his shit by not letting him fight and banning him for whatever for weed, and then
But
they're
then
like, okay,
he
no,
had multiple. Okay, they did, sure, but he had so many chances to come back and so many chances to get over it and do other
yeah,
things he
he's
was
like
doing. He's
mentally
a
ill.
Diaz. He's just like they're delusional. I literally don't know what else to say about the
Yeah, I
Diazes.
don't know.
And I'll throw their fans in there as well. Their fans are complete delusion with everything they do.
I
So
mean, Conor fans, Diaz fans, and McGregor fans all hate each other equally, but they're the worst fan. They're all the same.
well, I'm a
Like they're all
fan of them
exactly
all,
the
and
same.
like I'm a Connor fan, but I'm not like just some like he's gonna beat everybody kind of fan. Like I'm obviously a fan. He's
When I say like
hilarious.
Conor
I'll always
fans or
watch him.
Khabib fans, it's the people. Let me rephrase that. People with Conor, Khabib, so delusion. Like they're just delusional about
Yeah,
them. Like like you put Khabib in a room with a Kodiak bear, he comes out.
yeah.
Like
No, Khabib fans are the worst, like for sure. Like but delusion, and then I'd put Diaz fans, and then I'd probably put Connor fans in there. That's probably like delusion rankings right there. I'm trying to think who else would be in that number. Tom Aspinall fans.
that's
Yeah, I
just
don't know.
England.
Yeah.
You saw Jones went into an interview and he heard the British accent. He's like, "Actually, I'm gonna go because y'all are gonna talk about Tom Aspinall."
John Jones is well, let me do
his
some
fan
research
base,
before I say this.
his fan base. The only thing, like my thing that pissed me off is that he was talking about whenever he was talking about Stipe and like he said, and whenever Stipe he was talking about, he said he was talking about his kids. Stipe never talked about his kids. There is a clip that he said that he saw, and he's like, "Oh, the MMA fans, they'll find it." And no one's found it, but I believe him because I mean, it probably was something he said in past, and he said he was looking at the TV. Stipe was watching Jones on TV, and he said, "At least I know when I look back, my kids won't think I was some asshole." And
Dude,
Jones quote said like, and then I realized he's just another fighter who hates me for no reason.
yeah, okay,
John,
that was wild. For no the
John,
no reason part was classic. Like
John. I could think of a few very decent reasons why not even just why just normal people wouldn't like you. let alone MMA fans or MMA
Yeah,
fighters.
I saw those comments. They were pretty funny. It's like, oh, don't forget about the pregnant woman you hit and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
No, it was John Jones is just a bad guy trying to be good. It's pretty cut and dry in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, God
He's
bless him.
closeted homosexual, according to the MMA guru over there. MMA guru, he's also British, and he just did an interview with Tom Aspinall. I might want to watch it. MMA guru hates John Jones, and and he's like, he's a great fighter, it's undeniable, but God, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's obviously just a bad guy trying to do good. I mean, that's really what it is. So I think that's what
So is Jeffrey Dahmer.
Might end on that. No, I mean him and Pena are the only two American champions. So got to give it to them.
Yeah, USA.
Yeah, USA. All right, so we're rolling Figgy. That's the bet.
Yep, USA.
All right, anything else you got?
Take out a loan and just lose it all.
No, win it all. We're winners.
Yeah, sure. We bet all your money on Michael Chandler.
Idiot. hey, had to be done. All right. Well, if you guys can like and subscribe, we'll see you next time. And yeah, bye.